Normani's confusing rollout. You know what? Slow and steady wins the race more with Normani in looking at her chart. And so if there is a problem with her rollout, it's more that everyone else has to catch up. The music industry is definitely shifting, and I think that Normani is one of the great shifts. And she is here showing her birth chart with no birth time, but I can still look at other things. For instance, Saturn in Aries. So, Saturn in your chart is where you need development, and it's where you take your time, you cultivate patience, work really hard, right? And it's also connected to your industry. So, with Saturn in Aries, she is physically dominant, and that's part of her, I would say, her secondary industry is to show her physical effort, her physical aesthetic strength, and to be physically dominant. But because it's Saturn energy, it requires time of development and she has to work really hard at it. If I could see what house this was in, this would give me even more to look at because I'd also look at where her 10th house is. That would show me her primary industry. Um, and when I say that, it means you can be a part of any career, right? So you can have be a part of a music career, but where are you going to be the more dominant in showcasing your brand, your aesthetic, your brand, your business, your mark? So right now, all I can see is that Saturn in Aries is a part of the mark that she makes. Saturn is where you take time, though. Where she is quick and where she's fast is with beauty and aesthetics. That's her Mars in Taurus. This is also a person who really loves making beautiful things and really likes to take their time as well. Mars in Taurus, Mars is not comfortable in Taurus. It has to slow down. It can't just rampage through Taurus. Otherwise, it's like volcanoes and everything erupting, which isn't bad either, but I think that she also really wants to communicate beauty, right? So this is a very important thing for her process. Now, with Jupiter moving through Gemini this year, her, Chloe Bailey, and other Gemini dominants are going to actually get their shine. Even J-Lo, because she also has a Venus in Gemini. So, Jupiter going over her Venus later on in its journey through Gemini tells me that right now she's going to start to shine. But as Jupiter moves to Venus, we're really going to see the development of her artistry. But Jupiter will hit her Venus around 25 degrees. So, this won't be something that will happen until probably sometime at the end of this year or next year. I'd have to look at the ephemeris to be sure. But just at a first glance look, is it a bad rollout? No, you just have to catch up and cultivate patience as she cultivates something really physically exciting for you to watch.